You're listening to the IFF TV podcast.
And it's Gary Spain here for Irish Football Fan TV with my instant match reaction on Republic of Ireland 0, Luxembourg 1. Oh, what do you say for an instant match reaction when you lose at home to Luxembourg? It cannot be a good night, and there can't be too many positives we can take from this performance and this result. And it wasn't a good night. It's probably, I think it's fair to say, the worst night in Stephen Kenny's 10-game reign. I think it was the game we were expecting the first win to come. And even though we got warnings in our preview with Ben, and he was certainly proved right that they have been an improving nation. Their midfield were very comfortable on the ball. But it's a very small country. It's Luxembourg, and you should be able to beat teams like this. First half, I thought we were probably marginally the better team. Our passing in patches was quite crisp. We had one fantastic chance when a good move, play was switched from the right by Matt Doherty over to the left end to Stevens, sent Callum Robinson down the left. Lovely ball, put in a plate for James Collins, and in fairness, he did get it in the bottom corner, but the goalkeeper did make a superb stop. And that was probably our best chance of the first half, if not our best chance of the game even. Luxembourg certainly had their moments as well. A header, mainly actually coming up to half-time, they had a header just wide, and an audacious effort by Gerson Rodriguez to try and catch Gavin Bazunu off his line. And it would have been a total nightmare if your keeper is caught off his line 2 games running. But thankfully, he managed to get back and block it and then gather it at the second attempt. So it was good goalkeeping, actually, by Gavin on that. And got to half time, and it was pretty frustrating to be drawing 0-0, and probably it's all we deserved. We certainly didn't deserve to go in ahead. We had more of the possession, probably more of the territory, but not enough to open them up. And apart from that save from James Collins, we didn't work their keeper at all. Matt Doherty went off at half time. I think it was down to an injury, because he did get some treatment early in the game, and he wasn't very influential after that. Second half, we started quite brightly. Robbie Brady came on, and he was more on the. He was certainly very involved and on the ball. I think his set piece delivery could have been better, although it did improve when he got on the pitch. It did improve in the first half, but probably not the quality we'd normally expect from Robbie. And some of his crossing from open play was very good, but unfortunately we couldn't get too much. There was one nice setup for Alan Brown, and he had a free header, a bit far out, but unfortunately he couldn't hit the target. I thought he could have done better. And a great overhead kick from James Collins, actually, then with with 20 minutes to go, and unfortunately just into the side netting. But it was we were huffing and puffing, and I don't know, we just didn't do enough. We were at home to Luxembourg, and we weren't battering the door down. And I mean, as Ben predicted in the preview, they were actually very comfortable in the ball. They had good players in midfield. The only player on short tonight that played in the Champions League this season was in a Luxembourg shirt. And it looked like the game was heading for 0-0. We didn't really threaten. We didn't look like we were going to score. And then a real disaster struck. I mean, 0-0 would have been bad enough. A long ball from the goalkeeper, and it's a bit of a challenge for it. And that man, Gerson Rodriguez, again, he must have been about 25 yards out, but he hit a superb shot low into his bottom, to Gavin Bazunu's bottom right-hand corner. And unfortunately, it was just too good. It flew past him for the only goal of the game. There was 5 minutes to go. There was just no way back. We did have a late flurry, but again, the keeper wasn't really tested. And what can I say? It's it's a very, very disappointing night and a very disappointing result. And look, this was always going to be a journey with Stephen Kenny, and I was really hoping that we would have got the win tonight, and it would have bought him some time. And I still think he deserves some time, and he will hopefully get some time. But unfortunately, as Irish manager, 10 games, he's 10-game tenure now is without a win, and his next 3 games are friendly games. So hopefully we can get the win in Hungary on Tuesday night against Qatar. But the June friendlies, our next competitive game is away to Portugal. And frankly, that's a scary prospect at this stage on the 1st of September, because they're quite an awesome side, certainly a lot better than the Luxembourg team we faced tonight, and probably better than the Serbian team we faced on Wednesday. And tonight it's probably really disappointing that we failed, because I thought we played well on Wednesday, even in defeat, and you could take quite a few positives from Wednesday night. But it's very hard to take any positives from tonight. If anything, the only positive I'm taking from it, and I said this during the watch along, is that there weren't actually fans in the stadium. Now, much as I would love to have been in the stadium, and much as I would love to have a crowd, I can only imagine the reaction if we were, drawing 0-0 at home to Luxembourg, getting late into the game, and then the reaction if that goal had gone in with a crowd in the Aviva. And I suppose, thankfully for our young players and for our manager Stephen, that probably it is a good thing there weren't fans in the stadium tonight. But I should be washing my mouth out with that, because is it ever a good thing that there aren't fans at a football match? And hopefully I'm never saying that again. And hopefully we have fans back soon. But yes, it's not a good night. I don't know what else to say. Look, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are your thoughts? Am I being too harsh? Am I not being harsh enough? I don't know. Republic of Ireland 0, Luxembourg 1. It's not a good night. It's not a good result. But hopefully with the young players, and we were missing quite a few with injury, hopefully there are brighter days ahead. But tonight is not a good night.